Okay, you played the main stage here at Download earlier today. How did you think the set went?
It went pretty well, and it's been a while since we've been here at Download. So to be able to come back after like 5 years probably and still play the main stage has been pretty amazing for us. And I think nowadays we're getting older in a way, so we even appreciate more these kind of unique chances. You know, when you're younger, you just another festival. Nowadays, you know, you really appreciate every single. You know, it's gonna be special. You know?
Right. Yeah, because I think 2008. I know you played here.
Yeah,
so,
something like that.
Yeah. That was my first year at Download. It was Lacuna Coil with Temptation. Kiss,
Yeah, it was a great lineup as well. It's always been a great lineup. Yeah. We've been doing this festival since the very beginning. Like we played the small stage, then the middle stage, then the big stage. So it's great to be here, still be here, and to still have a lot of new fans coming. So it's great.
Yeah, and of course you played Bloodstock last year as well. So,
we played Sunny Sphere a couple of years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. So you take it in turn to visit all the festivals.
Yeah, we've done it all.
Oh, that's it. You must have played pretty much every European festival by now. Yeah.
More or less. There are a few ones we never played, like some in Germany, like with Full Force we never played, or some of the older ones like the Bizarre Festival or the Sweden Rock we never played. So there's still some that we haven't done, but not many. Most of them we've done.
And you had a good crowd out there as well, which is always nice.
You never know because it's daylight, so it's early in the day, but still was already ready to go with good reaction. I love it.
Yeah. And it's always as well, there's that bit about who's playing on the other stage at the same time that you're playing.
You never know, but so far we always had a good exchange of energy with the guy, which is to me the most important thing, you know, because technically it's not going to be the ideal gig because you don't sound check, so you just go out there and try to make the best show possible. So everything has to be between the connection and you and the people. That's what the festival is about, unless you're the headliner and you can have your food production or whatever.
And that's one thing with you. It's even more so with your own headline shows. You know, that energy. You've got so much energy on stage. You and Christina leaping around, and that energy transfers to the crowd as well.
Yeah, and also today we tried not to overdo it. We try not to overdo it, and we just focus to establish that interaction instead of just running. Okay, we run a lot anyway, but we even try to not do it too much because it was more important to look the people in the eyes and tell them, we're back. We had some fans that of course follow us since many years, but there was also obviously a lot of people that never saw us, so it was important to strike to those people as well.
And do you tend to change your set list for the festivals?
Usually, but this, if we have the same amount of time, more or less it's going to be the same, because when you only have 45 minutes, you have to play some songs, so you cannot really cut some out of the set list. So if you have an hour, then you can play more with but half an hour, 45, it's hard to change it.
And every time you release a new album, it must get harder and harder to think, well, we want to play this, but what do we cut out of the set?
It's harder, but we always, the good thing is that our catalog kind of falls pretty well all together. If we take a song from Coma Lies, Karma Code, the recent albums, they all stand to each other without many obviously there are some differences, but they kind of flow pretty well. That's something I like about it, even if there are differences, obviously.
And Broken Crown Halo came out, I think it's 2 years ago now?
Yeah, more or less,
So have you started to work on the next album?
Yeah, we have a lot of new music, and we just started with the vocals to demo some vocals. But we'll try to make it happen within the end of the year, I think. That's the plan, and see if we can release it next year. So that's the overall idea, then we have to see in specific times.
And of course you then got to fit that in around all the tours as well, because you never really stop touring, do you, as a band?
No, we don't stop, but we kind of took a little break and just do some Italian shows, Italian festivals, European festivals, but try to not be too busy, otherwise you'll never focus on the album, so we need something in between.
Right, And one of the festivals you're playing, as well as the summer ones, you're playing the Femme Festival in Eindhoven in October.
Yeah.
You're headlining that.
Yeah, it's gonna be our first time there, because usually we were doing the metal female voice, which is probably a similar thing, but it was in a different organization, different people. So it's gonna be the first time, and I'm sure it's always very dedicated people to those festivals, so it's always a great show.
I think you'll probably find that half the audience, the same ones who would have been the metal female voices anyway. So.
Yeah, I think so. It's also not too far from what they used to make, but they are. It's really for a specific audience that really love that type of music. I know some people is flying from the States, from Russia.
Yeah.
It's like an event.
Yeah, there's lots of us coming from the UK as well.
Yeah, UK. All over the place. Yeah. Canada.
And obviously, while you've been here, you also entered the Clang Awards, didn't you?
Yeah, yesterday. Yes.
How did you enjoy that?
We liked it. We were up to give we were called to give the awards to Marilyn Manson for a lifetime achievement, and so it was the end of the show, the very last award. And it was quite an experience, because with Marilyn Manson you never know what's gonna happen, So I was there actually standing with the awards, ready to give it to him, and I tried for 3 times to pass it to him, and he wouldn't grab it for some reason. So he just started talking to the microphone. So I was standing there with the awards, waiting, and laughing. But it was cool. I mean, he's a crazy guy, but also very intelligent. So he said some very cool things, and actually we hung out a little bit in the backstage, and it was pretty funny. Nice guy.
You should have just taken the award and just changed your name on it.
Yeah, No, I mean, I really appreciate the fact that we've been called to give such an important award, because it's also for us a recognition that we mean something. We can, and that's an honor for us, being a little metal band from Italy. Doing this for now quite a few years.
And so you're heading straight back to the mainland.
Tomorrow we're going back to Italy. Keep working on some songs, and then next week we're gonna play Grass Pop Festival, and then we will have a little break, like just working on songs, and then start again in Italy with summer shows.
And so when you're writing the songs, how do they normally start? Is it with a guitar riff they start, or is it they start with a melody?
Marco, usually the bass player, is the one who wrote most of the songs, and also Maus, the guitar player. They work together, but Marco is kind of the inner producer of the band, the guy inside the band that already turns music or riffs into a Lacuna Coil song. So we usually start from his. It kind of comes with a demo, which is quite already structured as a song, and then we add the vocals. We work separately, and then we meet together and we exchange ideas, and whatever is strongest idea, we go for it. Doesn't matter if it's me or it's Christina. Whatever works best, go for it. Sometimes it's even we improvise some stuff with Marco right there. He has a little home studio in the basement, and we just do that. So.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. These in the past, recording studios are so expensive. Only a record label could have one. These days, a lot of bands have their own little recording studio.
They do it their own.
It's changed how recording works.
It's changed, and I think studio can still be useful, but not. You don't need to stay there for as long as you used to. Once you've done the drums there, especially, the rest of the stuff you can basically do it home until the mixing. So it is not needed to be 2 months in a studio anymore. We've done it, but it doesn't really make sense anymore nowadays. You can do it in little studios, different studios for stuff. Just I think the drums is very important to have a room that sounds pretty nice. That's where it's really needed to have a nice studio with a nice room.
And you're a band that really engages with the fans, on Twitter, online, and at the shows as well. You're always meeting the fans. I think it's obviously something that's important to you.
I mean the fans are the reason why we're here. So especially nowadays, it's not anymore the rock star type that was so far away and maybe you'll never met him in your life besides watching him on stage. So it's a completely different world nowadays, and as you say, with the Facebook, the internet, the Instagram, it's so easy to show yourself. I just try to put a little bit of my private life, but not too much. You know, I don't think people needs to know when I'm going to the restroom, or you know, it's cool to show them when you do something cool that is not strictly related to music, but it's not necessarily that you show every single dish you're gonna eat tonight. You know, you have to be careful with it.
You show them that you're a human being.
Yeah, it's cool to show them you have some hobbies, you play some video games so that you can play with them online, or you show them you're gonna go for a ride with your bike or something. That's cool, but it's not needed for them to know you. Okay, I'm going to meet my friend, we go to the movie theater, whatever.
Yeah, and Christina's unusual in that most female singers, all the photos they put online, they've done the makeup, everything's perfect. Whereas I've seen Christina, she posts photos of just woken up on the tour bus,
because I think,
really down to earth.
I think one of her point of strength during the years has been the fact that she can look pretty, she can dress up as a woman and everything, but she can also be the girls next door. So she can show you that if you have a passion and a talent, you can make it no matter what. You know, you can make it even if you're not a top model or whatever it's considered the standard of beauty. You know, and it's good for the girls, the young girls especially, to get that kind of security, the kind of strength message.
Right, and that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.